Hello everybody. Right, this one's for Supercross. He asked the question, he said, why charge less for a backload when you're going the same distance? And the truth of the matter is the whole backload thing is a bit of a misnomer, because one person's backload is somebody else's hotshot. It's only a backload if it's taking you home. So you've got to bear in mind when they say it's a backload, if it says it's a backload, but it's got to be picked up in the next 10 minutes and it's got to be there as quickly as possible, that's not a backload. That's a hotshot. That's got to be straight there. If they say it can be picked up any time in the next 3 days, and as long as it gets there by Friday afternoon, that's fine, that is a backload, because they'll leave it sitting there forever until someone looks at it and goes, do you know what? I'm round the corner from that, and that's not far from my house. I'll drop that one off. So the thing about backloads is really, you have to ask yourself the question, is that a backload? If it's at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning when everybody else is out doing the jobs, probably no, it's not. If it's 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon where everybody's going home, then it's more likely to go for backload money. But ultimately, and what I've always said all the way along, is you quote the price that you're happy paying. Doesn't matter whether it says backload or hotshot or co-load or whatever. You look at that job and you go, right, for that job, I want this much money. And if they offer me a little bit less, maybe I'll swallow it. Or if they offer me a bit less, I'm not interested. I'm driving home empty. So, like at the moment, I'm in Wales. Beautiful, look at this. Blue skies, come down the M5. Beautiful, absolutely lovely. I'm in Ebb Vale. And it's not easy to get out of here. So now I've got my day's money. Doesn't really matter if I go home empty, but it does seem a terrible shame for me to go home empty. I'm going to be doing 170, 180 odd miles to get nothing. Now maybe I could pick up a little job along the way, maybe something out of Bristol going to, I don't know, Slough or something like that would be nice. Alternatively, I've been on some big uns. There's one coming out of it 15 minutes away going to Stoke. Don't think it's JCB, but it's going to Stoke. The only thing I will say is if I get to Stoke, there's a possibility I might not get home. So with that in mind, I've stuck a little bit more on the job, because I'm thinking, well, if I go home, I sleep on my own bed, that's going to save me 50 quid on the old Lenny Henry Hotel, isn't it? Whereas if I go to Stoke, I might be out for the night, so I'd like a little bit extra for that. So you bid what you are comfortable bidding. Doesn't matter what it says. So, like when it says, you know, why should you charge extra? Why should you charge extra backload? You shouldn't. The truth of it, the honest answer is you shouldn't. You should always charge what you're happy paying. The only thing I would be wary of, though, a lot of the time, particularly if it's got a large collection window and a large drop-off window, if it says backload, what it really means is we don't want to pay that much money for this job because we haven't got that much money on a job ourselves. So you can ring them up and you can talk to them. You can explain the situation. Shippers are very nice. They'll turn around to you and go, I'll be honest with you, mate, I can only afford to pay this. And then you decide, are you happy with the dough or you're not? As it is, I'm on break. I'm going to have a look for another 20 minutes. I'm going to enjoy the beautiful, glorious scenery. And if nothing picks up, I'm going home. And you guys, take care and take money.